Congratulations on your purchase of a new Zipp wheel set. This video will show you everything you need to do to get riding. Carefully read the included safety instructions, and for more information, go to www.zipp.com. Zipp wheels use pressed valve tubes, and depending on your rim depth and valve stem length, you may need to install a valve extender. Use the included tool to remove the pressed valve core. Apply a small amount of grease to the threads at the bottom of the included valve extender. Thread the bottom of the valve extender into the tube valve body. Then use the tool to tighten the valve extender onto the tube valve body. Apply a small amount of grease to the threads of the pressed valve core. Thread the valve core into the top of the valve extender. Tighten it with the Zipp tool. Check your tires for directional arrows printed on the sidewalls to indicate rotation of the wheel. Not all tires have directional arrows. Install one bead of the tire with the manufacturer's logo near the rim valve hole. This will allow you to quickly find the cause of a puncture. Inflate the tube enough to hold its shape, then install the tube valve into the rim valve hole. Install the rest of the tube between the tire and the rim, making sure the tube does not get twisted or bunched. Install the second bead onto the rim using your hands. Inflate the tire to a low pressure, then check the seating of the tire by examining the line above the rim flange. The line should be evenly spaced from the rim on both sides of the tire over its entire circumference. Deflate the tire and reinstall if necessary. Inflate the tire to full pressure. Do not exceed 125 psi, 8.6 bar, when inflating tires on Zipp clincher rims. Do not exceed the tire manufacturer's maximum pressure rating. SRAM 9 and 10-speed cassettes are compatible with the Zipp 11-speed driver body when the included spacer is installed onto the driver body prior to installation of the cassette. This is an 11-speed setup, so no spacer is needed. You will need to determine the appropriate cassette tool needed for the cassette you are installing. Consult your cassette manufacturer's installation manual for complete details. Apply grease to the driver body threads. Slide the cassette assembly onto the driver body. Use the cassette tool and a torque wrench to tighten the cassette lock ring. Zipp rim brake wheels require carbon-specific brake pads. We recommend the Zipp Tangente Platinum Evo Pro brake pads. Loosen the set screw on the brake and pad holder. Slide the old brake pad out of the pad holder. Brake pads are labeled left and right. Make sure you are installing the correct pad on the correct side. Install the new brake pad. Torque the set screw to the manufacturer's recommended value. Repeat this process on the other side. Make sure the springs are installed on the quick release with the smaller ends of each spring oriented inward. Remove the adjusting nut and drive side spring. Insert the quick release through the hub. Install the drive side spring and adjusting nut. The adjusting nut must engage at least 4 threads on the axle. At the bike, turn the brake quick release to the open position. Make sure the rear derailleur is in the fully outboard position. Then pull back and down on the derailleur and hold it in place as you install the wheel. Install the wheel into the dropouts so that the chain wraps around the smallest cog of the cassette. Make sure the wheel is fully seated into the dropouts. Align the quick release lever with the curved surface of the cam bushing. push and hold the lever cam against the non-drive side dropout. Thread the adjusting nut onto the axle by hand. Close the lever upward, so it rests between the seat stay and the chain stay. To increase lever tension, open the lever and turn the adjusting nut clockwise by hand. Close the lever to recheck lever tension. Lever tension is sufficient when the lever cannot be rotated while in the closed position. Follow the same procedure for tire and tube installation, brake pad installation, and wheel installation at the front of the bike. The rear wheel must be centered between the frame dropouts. If the wheel is not centered, open the quick release, make sure the wheel axle is fully seated in the frame, and close the quick release. Make sure the brake releases are in the closed position. Align the brake pad so that it is parallel to the rim brake track. The top of the pad should be at least 1 millimeter below the top of the rim. Check that the wheel spins freely. Consult your cassette and derailleur manufacturer's instructions for final adjustments to ensure smooth shifting. You are now ready to enjoy your Zipp wheels. Show us your new ride by tagging us on social media.